It's now day 16 of the federal government shutdown. Thousands have been laid off from their jobs, and many families are feeling the financial strain fast.
So how do you manage your money and prepare your budget during a shutdown? Joining us in the studio today to give us some tips is the founder and CEO of Good News Financial and Investment Advisors, LLC, Dr. Jovan Jackson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Dr. Jackson, thousands of Americans are going without paychecks right now because of this shutdown. So what are your very first financial steps that you could give someone when their income suddenly stops?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Focus on what you can control, and that's your cash flow. This is a great time to start to look at your discretionary income by looking at your essentials, focusing on the things that are important, such as your housing, food, utilities, transportation, and then cutting the things that are discretionary and is not important, like eating out and subscriptions and things like that. That would be a good place to start.
And Dr. Jackson, how can someone, make sure their credit score stays well during a time like this?
Well, one of the things that many of our community members are doing now is I encourage you not to wait until you miss a payment. To contact your creditors, there are many programs, hardship programs, skip a payment programs, forbearance programs through your banks and credit unions. I would encourage our community to be proactive instead of reactive and waiting till after you've missed a payment, because many of the creditors are working with our federal employees and those who are missing income at this time.
And for those who may have a little savings, how should they decide what to tap first into?
Again, focusing on the essentials, making sure that you have your housing costs are covered, food and transportation, utilities. The essentials are the things that we really have. A lot of times we have spent a lot of, when we really take the time and look at our budget, we realize there's so much fat, I call it fat, or money that's going out and being drained out. So we want to really kind of get lean during this time. If you have not established an emergency budget, now is the time to do so. I call it a shutdown budget, but it's something that you should have in place of circumstances like this that you can rely on and get real mean and lean with your cash flow and your expenses.
And Dr. Jackson, are there specific conversations people should be having with their banks or creditors to really ease that pressure right now?
Absolutely. Let them know what's going on. This isn't a time to be private or be prideful. Let them know what's happening, because, again, there are programs in place for times like this where they already have things to help the consumers with, again, skipping payments or deferring payments so that the accounts do not go into delinquency. And so absolutely being proactive and having that conversation now and letting them know that you are working towards a resolution soon.
And Dr. Jackson, you mentioned the importance of having an emergency fund. So what are some of the lessons people can take away from this shutdown to better prepare themselves for unexpected financial crisis?
Great question, Anaya. Use this time as a wake-up call. This is a great time to kind of restructure, look at your budget, look at your spending plan, rebalance your portfolio, and then also position yourself for recovery when your pay does resume. This is also a great time the market is a lot of uncertainty in the market, but we know there's also a lot of opportunity too. So once you have taken care of your essentials and your emergency fund, consider taking advantage of some of the investment opportunities out here as well to position yourself for long-term growth.
And then, Dr. Jackson, this will be our last question. And we all know that everyone should have a rainy day fund, because the reality of the situation is it's not a matter of if, it's really just a matter of when you're going to run into that rainy day. So do you have like a rough estimate as far as how much money the average person should put in their rainy day fund?
Absolutely, Jonathan. The rule of thumb is about 3 to 6 months. But after we all experienced in 2020 with COVID, now we're encouraging our clients to do at least 6 to 9 months to make sure that, we can cover some of these long-term situations. So absolutely, bare minimum 3 months. But if you can really, the goal is to get to that 9 to 12 months, that would be perfect.
Really good advice right there. Dr. Jackson, thanks for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you both.
And if you would like to get more tips from Dr. Jackson, you can visit her at the Good News Financial and Investment Advisors LLC offices located in Landover.
Or you can go to goodnewsfinancialservices.com.